Howdy folks, here we have a Foxeer Legend 1 HD 60 frames a second camera. Now for most of my onboard shooting I use a Mobius with the C lens, which is a nice wide angle lens. I haven't really yet found a camera to match the image quality of the Mobius. It's sharp, saturated colours, and I really like it. Nice and small, flat profile, perfect for just mounting anywhere you want on a decent sized plane. Now I tested the Runcam HD2 camera, and although that has some very good features like 60 frames a second and a nice smartphone app and everything, the image quality wasn't as good as the Mobius. So let's have a look at the Legend. Again, it's the nice bright orange colour, which is a great idea. Little manual there. The usual USB charging and image transfer cable. And there's this other cable that allows you to power the camera externally, have video out for FPV, and there's another one that you'd think is audio out, but it's not. It's actually a shutter trigger, and if you plug this into a channel in your receiver, configure a switch on your transmitter, you can have the switch start recording a video and start the recording of still image capture. That is a brilliant feature. Now it comes preset with 3 modes. Mode 1 is 1080 60 frames a second video. Mode 2 is 720 120 frames a second video, and mode 3 is kind of interval photography or time-lapse photography. And they're 3 very good settings, but how do you change them? Well, you've got to download a PC app or a PC exe file, and it has to be a PC. It doesn't work with Mac. There are no Mac configuration programs available for this camera, which is a bit of a problem because I've only got Macs at home, but I had to find a PC, download the configuration app, and then I had access to changing the configuration of the camera. Now initially, until I actually connected the camera up to the PC with the configuration program, the file dates were wrong by about 12 months, and there was no way I could fix that up. It wouldn't automatically update the file dates and times by connecting it to my Mac. It had to be connected to a PC. But once I did that, that was fine. So apart from that small little restriction, and I'm sure someone will come out with a Mac configuration program, please, soon. This is looking like it's a really nice little camera. The image quality, I've had a little bit of a play with it, not a lot yet. I'm going to do some side-by-side comparisons, but it's very encouraging. I thought the sharpness was very good, almost comparable to the Mobius, but we'll have a closer look at that later on. And I'm very keen to try the remote switching of video and time-lapse capture while you're flying. Now a bit of a closer comparison between the Mobius and the Foxeer Legend. The Foxeer Legend is definitely bigger, about the same thickness, about the same width, maybe a little bit wider I guess, but definitely longer. Weight feels about the same. I'll have to measure that more accurately. But one good thing about the Legend is that you get audible beeps when you're turning it on. 3 beeps when you turn it on. You get the red on light here. You get a blue light here to indicate which mode you're in. This is mode 1, which is 1080 60 frames a second. Change mode, you push the power button another time. Now we're in the 720 120 frames a second mode. Push it again, and now we're in photo mode, and that'll take a photo every 3 seconds or whatever you set up in the app. Press the mode again, we're back to mode 1. To turn it off, press and hold the mode button, and we get lots of beeps. So those audible beeps are very, very useful. If you're using it as a hat cam, you don't have to reach up and look at the camera to see whether it's recording or not, so that's very useful. Initially the audio level on the Legend 1 was set on about 70% or something, and it seemed a bit lower than the Mobius, which is a good level I find. So I've bumped that up to full volume, and the audio level is closer. So let's just check how they compare in this situation here. So I'll turn it on, get it recording. So that's recording now, and I'm talking at a normal level voice, and I wonder how that sounds, and how sharp it is and how close the focus is too. Let's try the Mobius now. I'll turn the Mobius on. Now we've got the Mobius and the Runcam both in the same spot, and let's check the audio level. I can see there's a little microphone hole on the Runcam there, and there's one for the Mobius just beside it there. Alright, moving on. It's very, very windy and stormy outside, unfortunately, otherwise I'd be flying. Alright, so I'm going to check the FPV view from this camera. I have the mini USB breakout cable. I'm ready to plug that into my LCD screen. I have this cable which connects the video out to the video in on the LCD screen. Turning the camera on, there's the FPV view, and you might notice that's the output is in 4:3 aspect ratio with black bars at the top and the bottom. So it's a 16:9 image but fitting within a 4:3 output. That's unfortunate. I mean, it's okay, but so that's 4:3. 16:9 just stretches it right out, still keeping those bars. Gives the unstretched view but within a 4:3 frame. Now in the configuration app you can turn on a feature where you have information at the top and the bottom, but that's pretty useless, I think. It just gets in the way. Now I'll step through the different modes. That's 1080 mode 1. That's mode 2, which is the same. That's photo mode, which gives you a 4:3 full screen. So that's in photo mode. That's giving the widest angle. What about side to side? What's the angle of view side to side? Just remember the door to the lights. Door to the lights. So that's actually just giving us more top and bottom. This too. Oh well, that's a useful setting. So although it's a 16:9 format camera for FPV, it's best used as a 4:3. Interesting. Okay, so this is very cool. I now have the white lead plugged into a receiver, powered up by a battery. I've configured it with my Taranis. Channel 8 is on a switch on the Taranis there. I have to teach the Foxeer Legend the correct settings for these switches. Alright, press and hold the button. We get one beep and the blue light flashes. Put it in the center position, press and hold, get one beep. Put it in the back position, press and hold, get one beep. Put it in the front position, press and hold, get another beep. Stops flashing. Okay, we should be good now. Let's try it. So back position, change to photo mode, starts taking photos. Awesome. In the center position, turns off. Alright. Front position, changes to video mode and starts recording. Brilliant. So now it's time to look at some results, and this is the Foxeer. It's a very nice image, nice and sharp. This is comparing it to the Mobius now. Mobius has got a bit of a green cast. Back to the Foxeer. Here's a still image from the Foxeer, and I'm very, very impressed with these images. They're very, very sharp, a little bit underexposed there. There's the Mobius. Doesn't look quite as sharp actually, which is surprising. A bit more video. This is the Legend, and the Mobius has a greener cast. Back to the Legend again here. Nice and sharp, I like it. Slightly less wide angle view, I guess. Yeah, the Mobius overexposes in this situation for some reason. Legend. Still image from the Mobius. Yeah, it looks pretty terrible, that one. And the Legend does a much better job. A little bit underexposed again. I'm sure I can tweak that in Photoshop. Here we go. And I love the sharpness and I love the colours of the Legend. Mobius view, bit disappointing. The Legend has better colours and better sharpness. And with a bit of Photoshop magic, they put out stunning images. So that's the Foxeer Legend 1. Next, I'm going to put it on a plane and do some aerial video. Thanks very much to GearBest for providing this for the review. It's a really good camera. I think it's a little bit better than the Mobius in some aspects. Thanks for watching.